Hello everyone, THK, and I was asked this question a while ago. I didn't know the answer to it. So these are just some of the things that I found. I know a lot of Christians are going to disagree about the once saved, always saved. Now, this is just what I found, so if you found something else and you want to leave it in the comments, maybe I'll have to do a retraction and post another video. But for now, this is what I have found. So if we look at Romans 5:9 through 10, much more then, having now been justified by his blood, we shall be saved from the wrath through him. For if when we were enemies, we were reconciled to God through the death of his Son, much more, having been reconciled, we shall be saved by his life. So, that's one. Timothy 4:1 says, Now the Spirit expressly says that in latter times some will depart from the faith, giving heed to deceiving spirits and doctrines of demons. So, it kind of becomes like a God's not dead type of scenario if you've ever seen the movie. He was a Christian. His mom died, even though he was praying and begging for her not to. And, he became an atheist basically because he was mad. So, you can depart from the faith. Someone will just get angry at God and decide that they'd rather just not believe in his existence, because what can you do against God? So just stick your head in the dirt and not pay attention. Matthew 24:11, Then many false prophets will rise up and deceive many, and because lawlessness will abound, the love of many will grow cold. But he who endures to the end shall be saved. So there seems to be a pattern here of, shall be saved. Now the other verse, 2 Peter 20 through 22. For if, after they have escaped the pollutions of the world through the knowledge of the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, they are again entangled in them and overcome, the latter end is worse for them than the beginning. For it would have been better for them not to have known the way of righteousness, than having known it, to turn from the holy commandment delivered to them. But it has happened to them according to the true proverb, a dog returns to his own vomit, and a sow having washed, to her wallowing in the mire. So those are just a few things. So people can turn away from the faith, right? So if someone turns away from the faith and, maybe they decide to be a Satanist and denounce, right? Breaking the arms on the wheel, satanic baptism, it mostly has to come with a lot of denouncing, right? So, yeah, at that point, I don't know. I'm not God, I can't say, but I noticed that the pattern says you shall be saved. Salvation hasn't happened yet. Now, if someone's dead and they're in heaven, then that kind of does apply. You're saved. So once you've been saved, you're always saved. Because once you go to heaven, that's it. You're in, right? No more sin. You don't have to worry about, getting kicked out of heaven. Because you won't be able to sin. It'll be beyond our comprehension, really, in a sense. At least I believe so. So, once saved, always saved? No. No, not until, of course, you die. And you go to heaven. But other than that, no. You can in fact, from my point of view, you can in fact lose your salvation by denouncing the Most High, basically. So that's just what I get from it, because it says you shall be saved. So it's not like, oh, well, this person's been baptized, this person's saved, and I don't know what happened. He started getting into weird stuff and saying, oh, I'm not sure God exists. Well, are they going to be saved? No, of course not. And it also comes down to free will. So we have free will, if it's we're once saved, always saved, even though, salvation hasn't happened yet, but let's just stay with it, right? Stay with the theme. So I have free will, and I want to choose to not believe in God anymore and denounce him. Then why would I still go to heaven? I have free will. It wouldn't be like God says, oh, well, you've been saved, so now you can't turn away from me. You're just always going to be. Then what's the point of free will? It kind of goes back to the same question of, well, why doesn't God stop these atrocities from happening? Because of free will. If he stopped every evil act from happening, then we wouldn't have free will. So you kind of come full circle with it. You see what I mean? So hopefully that makes sense. But as in with all evil atrocities, God can bring something good out of an evil act. Even though we can't trace it and we can't see something good happening from it, God can, and God usually will bring something good out of it. So hopefully this clears some things up. I know it took me months to get to your question, but I really had no answer for that. The once saved, always saved. But my belief is, no, you can lose your salvation because, well, we don't even have it yet. Because salvation hasn't been completed yet. Jesus hasn't come back. We haven't, all that good stuff. So I just wanted to, keep it short because I don't have much time. But hopefully this answers your question. I look forward to more questions and posting more videos and getting more connected with all of you. And I hope I didn't offend you with what I think, because again, if I believe you can lose your salvation, does it mean that I'm committing a sin? No. If you believe that once saved, always saved, are you committing a sin? No, not at all. I don't think it's that big of an issue. Because in the end, what matters? Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus Christ. Till next time.